I'm just grabbing, as usual, I'm gonna do my makeup on this live. I'm so creative, guys. And by so creative, I mean not creative at all, but even though I kind of am. I'm not gonna think about that too long, but yeah. And we're gonna chat. These are so fun for me to do, which is why I keep doing them. Hi. Oh my gosh, hi guys. It's been forever since you've been in here. Hey, I missed you. Like, actually, I was just like looking at our messages the other day and I was like, it's been so long. What is up, guys? Yeah, I'm not as active anymore. I'm so sorry. Drop a new song you wrote. I'm so scared to drop music because, so for one, I want to go to a studio to record it before I like drop it on here, like anything else. But also, I just get so scared. Like, it's literally, it makes me so anxious, even though I really want to. I have a good amount of stuff written. I literally have, I'm not even gonna say, I just have a lot of, I have a lot of songs written, but, and I even have like songs about shifting, which I think that like you guys, like I wrote a song about like Myelina DR specifically, so I thought that like maybe some people might like that one too, but I don't know, I get anxious. Hi guys. I feel like every time like I go on like lives, I feel like we get a different audience every time, and today I feel like we've gotten like the audience of like people who have not like seen me in a while, and I haven't seen you guys in a while, but like I kind of live for it. I kind of live for like all of it. Even if you can't record it yet, I love your lyrics. Aw, thank you so much. I'm so grateful for that. I mean, like, I went through a lot of torture with that DR, so the fact that it makes other people happy and it motivates other people, that's enough for me. That is enough for me. Literally, I see a live stream every blue moon. I'm like struggling to be as active as I want to be right now, and I do know that. But I'm trying to get better, as you guys may or may not be able to tell. I hope it's kind of obvious to tell, or else that I'm not doing it good at all. But yeah. Yeah, you definitely should try to shift tonight if you want to. I'm personally on a little shifting break right now, but that being said, you should still try to shift. Ah! I want this palette, and it doesn't want to come out. This is like me in middle school. Get out! Thank you. You make songs? Kind of. I write songs, and then I record them and hate how they sound, and then I re-record them, and I go back to square one. Is it easier to shift to a reality to similar to your CR for your first time? Some people say that it is. Yes, I think it genuinely just depends on the person, just because like we all have different minds, and like we all have like different connections in our brains to stuff. Like personally for me, I think it's easier for me to shift to Hogwarts than it is to other places, but you know, not everyone feels like that. Whereas like one of my friends feels the way that you feel, that it's easier to shift to places similar to here than like other places for her. So I would say that depends. Only vocal. I only do vocal. So honestly, with like people who've been trying for like a really long time, one thing I would like to say is like breaks are your best friend when you're getting like overworked by it, like taking a little break, even if it's just for like 1 or 2 days, your best friend. Um, Next thing, you've probably, believe it or not, already tried the thing that works for you. You just probably don't know that it works for you yet because you've been trying for so long. And this isn't necessarily true with like everyone, you know? But I think with a lot of people, they've like tried certain things and then they're like, oh, I need to try new things. I need to try new things because it's been 3 years. I need new. I need new. I honestly recommend for you guys to go back to some of the older stuff that maybe, and even though, like, yes, don't focus on your symptoms, they're not like the main focus. Like, anything that you feel like has gotten you close, try it again. Just like remotivate yourself, maybe go over your script. If you don't have a physical script, that's okay, they're not necessary. You can always go over your mental script, you know, in your head. Maybe rewatch or re-get back into like whatever you're trying to shift to. Like if you're trying to shift to like a game, replay the game. If you're trying to shift to a movie, rewatch the movie, a book, reread the book. Just get yourself like remotivated. Maybe try to make your area smell a little bit like you've heard things or people smell like in your DR. Stuff like that, just little motivating things to help you not only like want to shift there and like feel motivated instead of just like irritated, but things that will also wire your like mind to make you feel like you're already there. You're already feeling those things. You're already seeing those things. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to read the chat, but then since I'm doing my makeup right now, my contacts are like jumping in my eyes. So it's like very blurry as I read this. I'm so sorry. My angel number is 1111 as well. I think that's so cool because I recently looked at my subscribers, and when I looked, it was 111777, and I put it on TikTok and I was like, oh my god. Because like the chances that I caught that, like, amazing. It took me like about a month. I'm a little on the timeline just because I wasn't really keeping track. I usually say like 2 to 3 weeks or like a month, like around that time frame. It was not very long, but other DRs have taken me longer amounts of time. That's so great. I just got the job too. I think that was the one that I replied to. I also got the job. Look at us. We're twinning. That's so great. I'm literally so happy for you. Whoever said that. Whoever said that. The person who commented on TikTok, but like I don't remember your name. I'm sorry. That's why I said whoever said that. I think your name was Mary. I don't know. I'm not very good with names. Like I am, but not on social media. Like that, like in comment sections. I'm not very good with the names, I should say. How can I change my mindset for shifting? Definitely, like I said, like that break thing. And also, I don't know if this will help you. Like what I'm about to say, Meg, close. Ha! Okay. What was the longest you were in a DR for? Like at once? 3 years. But like in total, like that's gonna take me like a thinker if I think in total. I actually haven't thought about that. I haven't like astral projected in a while. Like I only did like that one astral projection, but that is a really good idea. Yeah, it was definitely uh like I built up to that 3 years, and that's why I always recommend for you guys, like you guys should definitely build up to shifting and stuff. Sorry, I just like went really quiet for a second there. But like with the 3 year thing, like I did not just like, oh, I shifted for the first time and then I spent 3 years in the DR. I like it took me a while. Like honestly, the Alina DR took me like a good while to shift to. I don't remember how long, but it took me even longer than my first DR. Um, I think I want to say it took me 2 or 3 months, but I also wasn't just like focusing on that DR either. I was like doing other DRs and other stuff like that at the time. So it's not like I was just primarily trying to shift to that DR, but once I had like, I spent smaller chunks of time and then I built up to that 3 years, and I had already shifted to like other DRs. Like I had already shifted to Twilight by that point, and Minecraft, and like other DRs that are like similar to this timeline but like are set in the past. And I just had already done like so many other things that I felt like I was ready to stay there for 3 years, if that makes sense. That is, I've never like gone to another reality that had like really different shows or games. Like I definitely liked playing like Quidditch. I was a beater in Quidditch and I loved that. I absolutely adored playing that. And then I also read like Little Woman, which I'd never read here, and that was so good too. Definitely recommend. Uh, oh my gosh, this keeps like making my context jump, and I don't know why, but whatever. Okay. Little Woman is the bomb. Thank you. Sorry I did that with my eye. That might have looked really creepy. I'm just trying to get my contact back in place, and it's not really working with me, so I guess I'm just gonna be blurring that eye. I think like the craziest thing about shifting to me is just like how nonchalant it can be, I guess. Like, cause I could like people could just like shift for like a really long time and then come back, and no one around them like would even know. Like, I mean, I've done that before too, and like not told anyone and just been like, this is my little secret. But it's just like, it's such like a fun little thing, cause you get to have like this own little life to yourself, and it can be literally your own complete secret, and I love that about it. Maybe I just like keeping secrets. Maybe that's really what it is. But let's pretend it's not that. For the sake of saking. I have a good question for everyone here. What can you do to get rid of doubts and raise motivation? I mean, for one thing, I hope that this raises your motivation. You can still shift with doubts. I had doubts when I first shifted. I was just about to ask that, actually. You kind of like asked a good question to follow up into my question. I wanted to ask, when everyone heard about shifting, did you guys like automatically believe it, or were you like, that's not real? Like, cuz me, I mean, the first time I heard about it, it was like I mean, I've heard about it from I heard about it from like other people, like other spiritual people, because I know a lot of spiritual people, but then I didn't really connect to like what it was on TikTok when I saw it on TikTok. So I was like, why is this girl crying and saying that she like spent all this time at Hogwarts? Like, what is she doing? So I was like, what? So I didn't really understand that, and I didn't believe that portion of it at first. And then when I connected all the dots, once I started connecting the dots, I was like, oh, okay. I thought it was some kind of rumbling. I was like, wow, really? Impossible. No, I was like, sis, please, you're delusional. Fuck. I'm shifting to Homestuck after this stream. Wish me luck. Good luck. The first time I heard about it was James Vid, unfortunately. That is so funny. So many people, like, learned about shifting from, like, the odds one out. And, like, I had a bunch of people when I made, like, another video on it, like, come here. And then so many people were like, I learned about shifting from the odds ones out, and then I came here, and now I believe in it. And I just want to, like, that's my little flex that I have, is that so many, like, I've had multiple people be like, I heard about shifting from this, came here, and now I believe in it. And that makes me so fucking proud. Oh my god. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. That's so crazy. That is so crazy. How to script. Scripting's really easy. Like, honestly, you could script basically any way you want. Does anyone else have The Last of Us DR, or is it just me? Oh my god, I thought about making one, and then I was like, no, that's way too traumatizing. So, I mean, more power to you for making it, but I did think about it. And then for scripting, back to that. Sorry, I'm a little sporadic today, but you can basically do it like any which way that you want to. So you could like do it with bullets, you can write it down on a piece of paper, you could do it in your notes, you could get a little app for it. I know a lot of people use Notion to script. I've never used Notion personally, but I know a lot of shifters really like it. You can also use like maybe your notes app. You could also get a little journal if you want to get like all fancy with it. I got myself a journal and then I left it on a plane. So, yeah. I'm gonna stop thinking about that now. I'd be so traumatized. I could never leave my script on a plane. I'd be so traumatized. Yeah, I thought I would never be able to do that either, but somehow I did it. My eyes hurt when I attempt to shift. Is that normal? I mean, I've never had that. I'm so sorry. It's okay, I did it to myself. It could be normal for other people, though. Other people in this... Have you ever had your eyes hurt when trying to shift? That's a good question. Let's ask the class. I feel like a teacher, kind of. Like, I'm a teacher, like, teaching you guys how to shift, and I'm like, you know what? You know what? MK, that's a good question. Let's ask the rest of the class. What do you say to the people / psychologists who say that trying to shift can lead to dissociation, which is a huge mental health issue, can it? I've actually never seen like a licensed psychologist say this, but I mean, feel free to tag me when someone does, if someone does. But I think in some cases, yes, but doing too much of a lot of certain things can lead to dissociation. So, like, it's not really a cause. Like, it's like if you play too many video games, that can lead to dissociation. If you watch too much fucking TV, that can lead to dissociation. And just like, if you really wanted to like get nitty gritty on every single thing that you do too much of, or if you focus too much on it, it could lead to dissociation or some sort of fucking mental health problem. We as humans would never do anything or accomplish anything as a society. So it's like, obviously, if you're centering your entire fucking like life and world, and that is the only thing that like you do or worry about, and like you don't make any other time, you don't talk to people, you don't drink water, you don't take care of yourself, you don't eat, you don't take showers, all of that, like, it would be like if I just like stayed in my room and rotted and played video games all day. That's not healthy, but it's healthy in moderation. But of course, not in moderation, it's unhealthy, which for some reason, these anti-shifters think that that's what we do. They think that we just center our lives around shifting, even though that's not the case. But they think that because they see us posting about it on social media, and then they're like, oh, they posted about it on social media, that must be their entire personality. And it's not. I don't know. It's just like, I did take psychology in college. I'm not a licensed professional because I never finished my psychology classes. So, yeah. But also, I do have some kind of like information. And like, to the people who want to say it's psychosis, I have like actually researched how to properly like diagnose psychosis, and shifting and what shifters do does not fall under the requirements. It doesn't mean, like, you have to have 5 or more symptoms in order to be like, this person has psychosis. And typically, we don't have more than 5 symptoms. Unless, like, you know, the person actually has psychosis. But then that just, it's not, just because one shifter has psychosis doesn't mean that every shifter has psychosis. Hi. Sorry, I'm like trying to brush my hair and it's like sticking to my lips and I don't like that. I am so glad that you trust at least one shifter. I'm not shifting to Minecraft, but I have been like building my my TriDR in Minecraft for like how I think it's gonna look. Guess who spoiled the end of the series by shifting? You? Would it be you? Also, guys, believe it or not, guess what I'm doing as we speak? I'm quitting vaping, which I try not to vape that much on camera, but I've done it like in some lives before for sure. But I'm quitting because I had a goal for myself to quit by the time that I was 21, and that is coming really soon. So if I don't quit now, then I'm not going to make that goal. So yay. I know, it's so bad. Well, it's so relaxing though. I mean, for me personally, like, for one, my dad died of like lung cancer, and yeah, I'm kind of traumatized from that. But so that's one thing. And then two, it's a lot of extra money. Like, I don't know how much that stuff costs where you live, but like me, if I wanted to get a disposable, which I don't even get disposables because they're so expensive. But if I were to, they would be $80 for like each disposable at some stores. They're like $60 to $80. So like yeah, it's so expensive. It is so fucking expensive. I'm so hyped. And like I have to go to a different state if I even want to like buy the supplies cuz I'm not old enough in my state. I don't know where I put the bottom of this. This is so bad. I always do stuff like this to myself. Oh, found it. Anyways, and also, yeah, like, okay, I actually want to talk about that. I'm gonna switch the subject over from vaping to shifting again. Anyways, yeah, I'm quitting vaping. No hate to anyone who isn't quitting vaping. Obviously, like, I don't judge anyone who does it. I just personally don't want to do it anymore, and it makes me feel shitty. And like it hurts my lungs when I do it. So like I just know that it's not good for me and I should quit. But if you want to vape, I'm not gonna be like, oh, how could you do that? Because like I mean I've been vaping for years, so I get it. But anyways, someone else was like talking about shifting and how a lot of people only like talk about like comfort characters or like romance, and like I honestly do like I feel like that is a very big like motivator for a lot of people, even though like it is truly so much deeper than that. Cause like one time I was talking about like how I shifted to this DR where I was re-experiencing Hogwarts as a kid, and for some reason people decided, and this is what I mean sometimes when I'm like I feel like the shifting community likes to derive the worst possible meanings from things. So I was like, oh yeah, I wanted to relive a piece of my childhood in Hogwarts. So I made another DR so I could be a kid in Hogwarts. And then someone was like, oh my god, she aged herself down to date minors. That is not what I said at all. I said I aged myself down to like experience time. And like, not a lot of people said that, but like a couple of people were like, oh, you did that? And I was like, that's not what I said at all. It's like, there's so much that you can do with shifting other than just like love or like seeing a specific character. And I feel like sometimes we put that like our own wants onto other people when other people probably have different reasons for shifting to other places. Like the reason that I've shifted to Hogwarts is probably not the same reason that you want to shift to Hogwarts if you want to shift there. Or like if and like the reasons that I want to shift to my tri-DR is probably the most fucking unique reasons in the world. I don't think it would match anything or anyone's because I've added so much weird shit to my script. Yes, I do want to hear your best shifting story. Definitely my biggest tip for you is to just don't really compare your shifting journey to anyone else's shifting journeys because you're not anyone else. You're you. You're very special. You're very unique. And focus on what works the best for you. Like, do number method. I cannot fucking talk today. Why can't I talk? Do number methods work the best for you? Or does like an affirmation method work better? Or like do affirmations distract you? Or for some people like they feel like they're lying to themselves. So it's something else like more simple. Or you could even try to make your own method or mix methods. Like me, I'm personally a huge fan of mixing methods. I think it's the best. I love it. My Monique method I made with the intention of like using it to mix with a bunch of other methods, and I mix it with a shit ton of methods. I left Shift Talk and I felt so much better since. Yeah, I try to keep like an arm's length with Shift Talk nowadays. Like I'll post something every now and then for Shift Talk, but I try not to like post too often with Shift Talk just because like I'm kind of scared of the people on there. I cannot lie. Like they make me very anxious. But I also want to like put out like funny content and help like people. Like I recently made a funny video about anti-shifters. If you guys have seen Victorious, there's like this one scene where Robbie's grandmother is talking to Kat and she's like, she says something like, you would only dye your hair that color if you have psychological problems. And then she was like, my hair color has nothing to do with my psychological problems. So I did like anti-shifters. Oh, people who shift must have psychological problems. And then it goes mentally ill shifters. Shifting has nothing to do with my psychological problems. I thought it was funny. I thought it fit. I like had that idea in my head for a while. I just didn't I didn't post it. I do take medicine. I'm getting a psychiatrist soon because it's very hard for me to deal with as well. I recently just got put onto a new medicine because, like, in the past, I've only taken antidepressants, but they recently changed it to, so now I'm, like, taking antipsychotics. And I definitely think that, like, changing from antidepressants to antipsychotics have helped me a lot because, like, whenever I would take antidepressants, I used to be on Wellbutrin, and those just made me, like, really, really manic. Like, yes, I wouldn't be depressed, but then I'd be, like, calling my friends at 3 in the morning, like, coming up with, like, these, like, insane plans. And I feel like I can say insane because they were just, like, there was no, like, mental thought behind them, and it's just, like, I get into, like, these mental states where, like, I'm full of this energy and I have all of these ideas and it's just like not good. And it sucks because like in the media, bipolar is so romanticized. Manic episodes are so romanticized. They're all like, oh, I'm so quirky. My pupils are so big. Like, okay, you're so quirky now, but like wait until you're like literally screaming and like throwing your head against something. Then like everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, what's wrong with you? You look insane. And then like, I don't know, I just feel ridiculous sometimes when I'm like, oh, I have bipolar, and then people are like, oh, bipolar? How often do you, like, get mood swings? I don't get mood swings. And then there's also just, like, the people who mix up bipolar with BPD, and they think that, like, bipolar is BPD, and then that entire shenanigan. Which BPD is its own thing that I need to get checked out for, but I'm not gonna think about that part of my mental health right now. I am just gonna think about the part that I have figured out. What is your next shifting? I'm gonna shift to something called my tri-DR next. And my tri-DR is going to be 3 fandoms in 1 DR. It has 13 Reasons Why, Life is Strange, and Euphoria. That was said in the correct chronological order. I can't pick up anything. Why can't I do any? I can't do anything today. I can't. The BPD thing is frustrating. Yeah, it is. Especially because, like, I don't know. A lot of my friends and myself do suspect that I have BPD. So then, like, I don't know. It's just, like, confusing. Because then eventually, like, if I do have both, like, how am I going to explain that to people? Anyways. And if I don't have both, I'll still support the BPD girlies and gays and theys like I have, but yeah, I had no idea you could put fandoms together while shifting. Yeah, you can. Okay, let me just like rant about my TriDR because I'm on break, but I'm so excited for it. Anyways, so my TriDR essentially is those 3 fandoms, and I've aged some of the things up because like Life is Strange, in Life is Strange it's like set for like college students and stuff like that, but a concoction of disorders. But yeah, so I decided to age up everything else because I got 13 Reasons Why and Euphoria, and like honestly when I watch Euphoria, it feels really weird that they're minors anyways, so I always just pretend that they're adults whenever I'm watching it. But yeah, I kind of like, speaking of Euphoria, on that like no, how do you guys feel about the time skip? Because honestly I feel like I'm one of the only people who's like excited for it and think that it will do the show good. Like everyone else I've seen is like, oh my gosh, it's such a bad idea, but I think that like it's kind of unrealistic that they're going through all of this stuff as like 16, 17 years old. Cause like I don't know, I see a lot of myself in Rue, and maybe that's just because like she was the main character and she was supposed to be relatable or whatever, but like I don't know, we've literally like, we have the same mental illness. Her dad and my dad died at the same point of time in our lives from the same thing. Like I don't know, I feel very like closely connected to Rue, and like for me, I'm older than her though, like by a good couple of years, so it's weird to me that she is supposed to be a minor and like she's going through the same things that I'm going through as an adult. Like I don't know. I don't think Euphoria is very accurate to what minors go through, like what 16-year-olds or what 17-year-olds go through. I feel like it's more accurate to like what college students go through. But maybe that's just because I didn't have a very eventful high school life. You know, I spent my teen years working. Who knows? But anyways, yeah, so I added Euphoria, and originally I was just gonna shift to like a mixed year of 13 Reasons Why and Life is Strange because I like hadn't seen Euphoria when I first like mixed those two together. And then everyone was like, Monique, your life sounds like Euphoria. And I was like, what? Like all of my friends, like my online friends, they were just like, you should really watch Euphoria. Like it sounds like your life. I think you'd really like it. Like, so I'd text them and I'd be like, yo guys, this crazy thing just happened today. And they'd be like, bro, do you live in Euphoria? And I'd be like, what are you talking about? And they're like, bro, this literally sounds like Cassie. You have to watch this stuff. And I'd be like, oh my God, it literally is my life. Literally my life. But I decided to add it because, you know what, I thought talking to Rue would be very therapeutic for me. And I think I'm even gonna tell Rue I shifted there. I'm just gonna lie to her about like where I shifted from, you know? I'm gonna tell her that I shifted there though, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, I just changed a couple things so that like my brother wouldn't die and this stuff. But yeah. The Shea method works the best for me personally. And I do have a video on that method. Holy Holy shit! It's only 11:10 in the morning. Why did I think it was later? Is it possible to shift to the past? Yes. Do you know someone I can talk to about my shifting journey? I think it's time to ask for help and guidance because I'm so lost. You guys can always talk to me. Literally, I have Instagram, and I'm pretty active on it. Like, I'm most active on my Instagram if you ever want to talk to me about shifting or like life or school or girl drama or boy drama or whatever. Like, literally, you just want like an older sister to like gossip to or need some advice. You can text my Instagram. It's at official Monique Foster. You can literally spam me too. My phone's on silent, so it's not gonna like wake me up in the middle of the night if you do. But I also like make group chats sometimes where you can meet other people and other shifters. Oh, I would love to hear the tea. Like, literally, and you guys can just skip small talk too. Like, you guys can literally DM me and be like, bitch, you want to hear this crazy shit that happened? And I'll be like, bitch, what happened? You know, like, I will talk to you guys like we've known each other forever if you just talk to me like that as well. Not allowed, only email. I'm not as active on my emails. I probably should be, but you can also hit up my email. It's at Monique. I'm trying to think of which email to give you. Hold on, wait. Give me a second. It's at anonymousgirl785@gmail.com. There you go. My hair feels so soft. I'm so proud. If I made a new world to shift, doesn't matter how detailed I make it. No. I've shifted to like technically my own world before because I have like, so I am writing a story on Wattpad, which is not what I shifted to, but like you guys should check out that story on Wattpad, but I shifted to a different one. This is like for a book series that I'm planning, and it's technically like, yes, my own world, but like it's not really technically your own world because in like the great like scheme of things, there's infinite like realities. There's infinite, like, it technically has already existed there somewhere, you know. Yeah, I wish I can't type in the chat. I was trying to type it. That's why I like paused for a second. I will save the live. But I tried to like type it into the chat. I'll repeat it for everyone though. It's anonymous girl 785. There's no special spelling or anything like that. How do you manifest for shifting or other things? I actually have a video on how I do it. You do have to scroll a little bit down. I think I made it in like 2021. I'll make another video that's more recent soon. Can we get some more shifting stories? I'm honestly like a little bit like apprehensive to share shifting stories like I used to. Just because of like all the stuff that like happened with people. But I think what I'm gonna do is like just not share any more Hogwarts ones just because like I've shared everything that like I feel comfortable sharing with like online because it is like a part of my life, you know, and I don't want to put like all of my life online, as weird as that sounds, even though I do like share good amounts of it. I don't want to put like everything out there in the public just because, like, believe it or not, I am more of a private person than I seem to be. Like, there's a lot that I have not shown online about like stuff that I've gone through and stuff like that. But and even like with the TriDR, I don't exactly know what's gonna happen there just because of like some things that I've scripted and stuff like that. But you can always, I mean, I don't really recommend that people shift to certain DRs because I think that people like have their own reasons for going where like they want to go. Although Miraculous is a great place to shift to. I mean, loved my time there. It was kind of stressful at some points, but I still thoroughly enjoyed like being in that world. But I definitely think that like other people have like their certain specific reasons. Like I mean like I want to go to a reality that has 13 reasons why in it, and that sounds like who would really want to do that? But I have scripted a lot of things to be better, so please don't judge me. It's not gonna be like the plot of 13 Reasons Why. Just like completely throw it out of your brain because it doesn't exist for my DR. That's not true in the slightest. But I think I'm gonna go. Why have you not stayed in the worlds you've been? Because I want to go to other worlds and experience more things. There's so much I want to do and so much that I want to experience, and I have to hop around in order to do that. So, I am. Okay, bye guys. I love you so much. Thank you guys for sitting and talking with me. I missed you.